Hi, everybody. My name is Dan, and welcome to DC Outdoors. If this is your first time here and you like outdoor adventure videos, gear reviews, and other outdoor related stuff, well, please get started by clicking the like, subscribe, and bell notification buttons so you don't miss anything. Welcome to tonight's live stream, everybody. Again, this is a pretty impromptu one, as you've kind of come to expect here from me. But decided here, last minute, had some available time, and figured we would jump on a live stream and see if anybody, was up to kind of chat to connect. So appreciate anybody who's jumping in. In terms of tonight's plans, like I said, I could probably go for maybe an hour, maybe two, just kind of depends how the conversations go. I definitely want to use this time for you guys to connect with other YouTubers. So you can actually put into the chat, you should be able to put the hashtag button and then new friend together as one word. And I believe that should actually let you share out your link to others. So you can give that a try, hashtag new friend. To share out links. Otherwise, what I plan on doing is kind of updating you a little bit about what I am doing here with the channel and kind of my upcoming plans. I could talk about some other little Alberta outdoor news kind of stories and some stuff like that that's kind of floating around in the media. And definitely want to invite others up onto the panel too. So I'll share out that link here. You're probably about half an hour or so. And then if any of you guys are interested in jumping up and chatting with me, I'll put the link in the chat box there so you guys can join. But I do see that Multi Magnum has joined in. So nice to see you, Multi Mag. Appreciate you dropping in. And my friend Ted from Off the Hook Outdoors. Good to see you as well, Ted. I see you guys dropping in. Hopefully you've had a good week, and I hope that I hope that you're off to a good happy Friday evening. So I guess in terms of stuff that's kind of going on that's new, so really around the channel, we've been doing a lot of ice fishing lately. So we've been doing tons and tons of ice fishing this winter. I think I've been getting out pretty much every single weekend here. Certainly since February anyway. It took a little bit of time in January where I didn't go out, but lots of ice fishing throughout February, lots of ice fishing throughout March, and starting to take a little bit of a break off of that. The season in most of Alberta lakes ends actually today, is the last day. So beginning tomorrow, many lakes are now closed until May 15th. You can still fish some trout ponds and some things like that around the area. So you can still fish stocked trout ponds, but most of the major lakes are all closed up for fishing here pretty much now through till May 15th. So I'm hoping to get out with the snack squad tomorrow. We're probably going to try to go do some shed hunting, which tends to just be a hike in the woods with a backpack of snacks. But we'll hope to get out with the dudes and do a little bit of shed hunting tomorrow. I may or may not take the doggos. There's certainly still a lot of snow in the bush, and I find that the snow gets kind of like stuck in the little hairs in between their paws and makes them pretty miserable pretty quick. But we're starting to see some melt. I just don't know what to expect out in the bush. We're going to probably head out to the place where I got my buck last fall, and like I said, take with the kids and see if we have any luck finding deer antler sheds. Just kind of catching up on some comments. Ted says he's at work, but he's listening, so thank you for tuning in. And then I see BC Gerbs. Thanks for BC Gerbs for dropping in here and sharing out some links. I appreciate you doing that. So I'll pin a few of them, but there's Multi-Mag's link, so you can go check out Multi-Mag's channel there. And Off the Hook and Multi-Mag are meeting each other, which is awesome. And there is BC Gerbs sharing Off the Hook Outdoors link. My good friend Mike Crasher's in the house. Nice to see you, Mike. Appreciate you tapping in. Looks like Mike's on the road, so hopefully you're traveling safe. There's Mike Crasher's channel link as well. That's too funny. Yeah, so if you guys didn't know, good friend BC Gerbs, he's got a literal herd of elk that are out on his yard, and he doesn't have to go very far to find those antler sheds. They just kind of fall off in his driveway or right under his window. So lucky guy there. I have to go put the foot miles on. Yeah, and trudge through the snow. But looks like you guys are getting some really great weather. And I hope everyone's weekend is full of blessings too. Yeah, weather's supposed to be pretty nice, and it kind of has been fairly nice here. So it's not too bad, in my area. I'm terrible with the conversions of Celsius to Fahrenheit and all that jazz, but I think right now, what does it say? It's 4 degrees Celsius, so that's just slightly over freezing. So the weather's been pretty good. It's been kind of in that realm of warmth where the daytime highs get a little bit over freezing, and those night times certainly still drop before freezing, but it's enough to get some good mild melt. So my front yard is south facing, so it's pretty clean. The backyard is north facing, right? So that one is about half covered in snow right now, but we're starting to get a little bit of melt here and there, which is good. So I'm hopeful that the bush won't be too bad. I think that the what you call it? I think that the fields will probably start to be bare, but I have a hunch that it'll be pretty snow covered back on the trails in the bush. But we'll see how that goes. But hope to get out with the kiddos tomorrow. I hope that some of the snow has melted because it makes it real tough for the snack squad to trudge through that snow when it's fairly deep. So we'll see. I don't quite know what to expect there, but hoping for the best. And yeah, otherwise, yeah, that'll be the plan for tomorrow. And it's a big wrestling weekend. I don't know if any of you guys are wrestling fans. You guys saw my last video that me and the kiddo were watching some wrestling in the ice fishing tent. But yeah, it's the WrestleMania weekend, so myself and the kids and my brother-in-law and his girls and some friends might come over and watch the wrestling. So that should be pretty fun to do on Saturday night and Sunday night to do that. And kind of be a little bit of a nerd for a few hours and feel like a child again, which is what it's all about. 72 freedom degrees here in Alabama. 72. I see. I gotta Google these things. 72 F2C. Okay, geez, 22 Celsius, man. That's good weather. That's like a nice, warm summer day, to be honest with you. So, um, yeah, 22 degrees is great weather, Mike. That's awesome. We were at 7 degrees in rain, so George is getting the rain already. It'll be 20 Fahrenheit Monday and 70 Fahrenheit Friday. Yikes, that's crazy. Yeah, some of those temperature shifts are insanity. Imagine that, raining in the rainforest, joys away to the island. Yeah, this has been a funny little winter for us. Throughout the winter, we've had the snow and some melt, but no crazy melt period. But also no real crazy accumulation periods either. So, um, yeah, either way, it's been an okay winter, and the melt here is still gradual, so it's not like there's big lakes on the streets or things like that. That often happens when all the snow melts at once. You get big giant puddles everywhere. It's been a little bit more gradual here. Spicy tuna rolls, nice to see you. Thank you for tapping in. Gotta run almost to Buckeyes. Enjoy. Thanks, Mike, for tapping in. I appreciate you jumping in. Mother Nature is off her meds. Yeah, I would definitely say so. Good to see y'all there. Spicy tuna rolls. I haven't seen much from you lately, my friend. I miss your videos. Although in full honesty, it feels like I'm having a hard time catching up. You guys probably noticed that I tend to respond to a whole bunch of them, or kind of go and watch a bunch of your videos all in one lump sum. But it's so hard to catch up, and I don't know if it's the same for you guys as it is for me. But I feel like YouTube's done something when I go. I usually watch YouTube mostly on my phone, and I used to find that I could click on the subscriptions button, and it would show everybody I subscribed to, and it would sort the videos that I missed near the top, and then I could go through and kind of catch up quite easily. And I found that it seemed to carry forward. So, if, like, let's say there were 50 new videos today, and I only was able to watch 10 of them, those 40 would still carry forward from today when I check it, later today or tomorrow or whatnot, right? What I'm finding right now is that YouTube is kind of messing it up, and it's showing channels that I am all caught up on, or channels that didn't even release a video in literally weeks or months. Um, I'm seeing that they're kind of indicating that there's a video there. So it's kind of a bit pain in the butt lately to go through and sift because I have to kind of click on everybody's channel and look and see. And so it's a little bit weird. And I don't know if that's just me or if it's just like on my phone or kind of how that's showing up. But it's fairly annoying to be honest because I wish it was a little easier to kind of keep up and kind of catch up and be current. So, I mean, it is what it is. There's not much you can do otherwise. So I know that Gerbs has been sharing out the links, which is awesome. So thanks, Gerbs, for doing that. I wonder though if anybody, if you do type in that hashtag new friend, I wonder if that will work. So if someone wants to give that a try, I'm curious if that'll also send out the links too. Um, but you're doing such a good job with it, Gerbs. I don't want to have the computers come in and bump you, but just always curious if chatbot even works. Yeah, all the new people's videos I sub to are mostly buried among other videos. Yeah, and it's weird for me, tuner-rolls, where I'll find stuff and like I said, I click on somebody's video or someone's channel and it says that like it gives that little circle that shows that there's a new video, but you click on it and there's like nothing there for 6 months. So a bit strange. Hard to catch up on vids. Spring weather brings happiness. Happiness brings activity and more time to make videos. It's true. Yeah, that definitely. I get I won't say yeah, I kind of probably do get the late winter, early spring blues. I didn't get them as much this year, but I definitely get them when it's that in between like hunting season and camping season. There typically isn't that much to do, but I think I kept myself busy enough with the ice fishing that I didn't really feel the blues too much this year, Gerbs. But I'm definitely looking forward for spring here, to be honest with you. We had a good winter, like I was saying, it was nice, but it's time for better weather and my wife and kids and myself, we're all looking forward to spring and summer camping. So looking forward to it. Good to see you, John. Thank you for tapping in. There's John's link. So thanks, Jerbs, for sharing that one. Okay, Jerbs, thanks for giving that a try, brother. Yeah, that seems to work. You guys can try that too. Krubby, good to see you, my friend. Thank you for tapping in. Nightbot's in the house. Yeah, Nightbot is just like this little app thing, website that basically you can set up for your channel, and then you can have it do different things and kind of share links or make comments and stuff like that. Um, I am a terrible multitasker, so thank you so much, Germs, for helping me out, share the links. But on its own, it's real difficult to kind of go through, grab links, paste them in, and stuff like that. You're flipping back and forth; it's super distracting. So Nightbot's helpful because when you type in that hashtag new friend, it'll also share the links, and I guess it's set up to stay, which is awesome. I thought that it would have to be um, set up all again. Den's Outdoors, thank you for tapping in. Good to see you, and I appreciate you in here. We got 8 in the room, guys, so thank you so much. I appreciate each and every one of you. I mean, if you're kind of tapping in and then tapping out, I get that, and I totally understand. Every minute you're here makes a big difference, and I appreciate it. And if you're sticking around longer or, kind of bumping around, doing your own thing and kind of half listening, that works too. But I'm totally cool with that as well. But I genuinely thank you guys all for jumping in and hanging out with me here tonight. Gerb's got to set up Nightbot. Yeah, it didn't take too long to do, but pretty fun little thing anyway. Kind of helps a little bit. John saying hi to Krubby. And I appreciate that, John. And then there's Den's Outdoors link. So I think we're caught up on that front. Yeah, so in my neck of the woods, like I said, fishing season's wrapping up, so it's kind of a little bit of a weird lull for us. I mean, it's there's still certainly way too much snow for what I will call like the family camping trips that we tend to do a lot of the summer and spring. So um, April's kind of a weird month. I have challenged myself to go out camping at least one night every single month in 2023. So I challenged myself to camp at least one night for each month throughout the year. Um, and for me, I mean, you guys probably know I do a lot of camping through summer and I do a lot of camping through fall during hunting season. But the hard months for me are certainly December. It's really, really tough because there's not a lot of time and you get Christmas right in there. And it's just, I just finished hunting season at that point. So December is really tough. And then January, February, March, and maybe April, right? So there's kind of like, 5 months spell, I guess, that's tough to get out and do some camping. Um, but I'm super pumped. In January, I got to go out with the hot tent and I did an overnighter there with my boys. And then I did an ice fishing overnighter in both January and February. So I got 3 nights under my belt already. March, I don't quite know what I'll do. If I get a little bit more snow melt, I might try to go either do a tarp camping trip. My older son wants to tag along on that. And I think that, with the right night and the right conditions, I might be able to bring him along for that. And if not, that's an option for sure, and either with him or just solo. So I might do a tarp camp, which I like to do in the early season because then the bugs don't get you. We tend to get a lot of mosquitoes and stuff through summer, so it's good to do that early. And so I may do that. I'm not opposed to doing a hot tent camp with the boys as well. We're members of a really, really awesome outdoor conservation group facility where they have an outdoor shooting range, archery ranges. They even have a fish pond and a little campground. So I might do something like that if there's enough snow melt. I have no appetite to shovel through the remainder foot of half melted, half iced, kind of snow combo. But if the rest of that melts, I might consider doing a hot tent camp. But probably likely, I think, in April, I think I'll do the tarp, kind of tarp overnighter. I think that's a good month to get that checked off. So I'm excited about that. And then also throughout April, I'll tend to do more shed hunting, and you can hunt rabbits and snowshoe hares year round here. Generally, my understanding is the best time to hunt them is in months with R's. So, January, February, so on, so on. So, March, April tend to be the end of it, and then generally I don't go after them afterwards. So, might try to do some snowshoe hare and rabbit hunting, look for some shed antlers. I think that's kind of where we'll focus the time in April, and then maybe do some camping. Um, and then in May, we're actually planning a fun trip. It's not really a camping trip because a lot of times the provincial parks, they get crazy, notoriously crazy busy to camp in a provincial park during the long weekends. And May long weekend is usually horrible because you get a lot of what you call it. Everybody wants to go camping on that first weekend in May. So we're thinking of maybe doing something different and kind of eyeing up maybe doing a road trip even down to Montana. So we're potentially throwing that out there. So that might be a fun trip. I don't know if you guys would want to see that or not, but we're kind of eyeing some cabins out by Kalispell, so kind of by Whitefish, and maybe doing a few nights out there, and yeah, maybe do some fishing and just checking stuff out. So family vacation kind of thing. So could be fun to do too. Catch up on some of the other links. Gerbs, I'm so happy with you. Yeah, your truck's all insured and running good. I can't wait to get out with a canoe. Oh my gosh, that's awesome, Gerbs. Yeah, I saw how happy you are. I could just see that, how excited you are. And I know you've been working hard on getting everything fixed up, man. So I'm super proud of you and pumped for you to be out there. And the canoe, man, that's awesome. We don't have water transportation here. So I don't have a canoe and I don't have a kayak. I don't have a boat. So we do most of our fishing offshore. So definitely that notion of being able to get out there and kind of do that on your own accord is awesome. So I think that'll be a blast for you. And I love the idea of doing it self-propelled, like you're the guy paddling the canoe. So I hope that if you get out there with the canoe that you decide to take the camera along and film some of that. It'd be awesome to see it. Nice to see friends helping out each other, which is fantastic. Nice to see you, Jumbotron. Appreciate you tapping in. And I just caught up, I think, with your most recent video here today as well, which was hilarious when the Jeepers drove by. So if anyone hasn't seen Jumbotron's newest video, definitely check it out. He's got a funny little cameo of a Jeep cruising by, which made me laugh. Yeah, Gerbs, the shooting range facility is like top notch. It's ran by an affiliate, basically an outdoor club, and they have shooting ranges for like long rifle. They have a shotgun range. They even have like a little loop where you can go and shoot black powder at like these little targets out there. They have an archery range. They have an archery 3D range where there's like 12 little lines sort of set up through the woods. You kind of walk a little trail, and then there's like little 3D animal targets kind of set out in the trees that you can kind of practice at to sort of simulate hunting. And then, yeah, there's a stocked rainbow trout pond on there, and then a moderate sized campground. Like I think I'll say like maybe 15 spots, like of unserviced, no power, no water kind of campground. So it's definitely a fun place to go for sure. It's like feels like Disneyland for outdoors people because you can just like camp out and wake up and then go shoot bows and go to the firearms range. It's absolutely a blast. So my kids have a lot of fun there too. So probably try to do that. Virginia Bushcrafter, thank you for tapping in, my friend. Good to see ya. Gerbs is sharing Jumbotron's link, which is awesome. Ottawa, it's snowing again. Ugh, I'm sorry, John. That sucks. We've been kind of getting a couple times in the last week, like that teeny tiny little dusting of it that sort of melts by like 9, 10 in the morning. So thankfully nothing here has been sticking. And it's not enough where I've ever had to go and like shovel or even sweep off the vehicle. It just kind of like melts away or blows away. But I'm crossing my fingers. I hope that we're in the clear, but I'll tell you what, I still have the snow brush in my truck. I still have the snow shovels by the door. I don't put any of that away because I feel like the second you do, you're the guy who jinxes it. So we're keeping that stuff out to probably till May, just in case. Gerbs is sharing Virginia Bushcrafters link, so thank you. Come to the island and fish Cowichan. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Cowichan Lake. You know what? I have never been out to the island, and that would definitely be something I think would be really, really, really cool to check out someday. I mean, the scenery there looks absolutely beautiful, and I think for the most part, you guys get pretty temperate weather too, which is kind of nice. So we've kind of talked about that back in the day. My wife and I have kind of chatted about maybe making that a place that we go on an anniversary or something like that. Like it definitely seems like it would be a cool place to check out someday. Got friends making friends. I really appreciate that, guys. And that's another thing too is everybody in this chat is really, really great. Good supporters, and definitely I would vouch for everybody here. That's a cool thing that I've enjoyed, and I've kind of commented, for the most part, is that you know all of our niches are kind of similar, and then they're kind of different, right? And I'm lucky to kind of fall into a little crack between a lot of these communities, right? I kind of fall into that sort of niche where the hunters and the fishermen and the campers and the backpackers and the MRE reviewers, and then those are probably the main groups that I kind of float in the middle of. But then you got like homesteaders and preppers, and my goodness, we just have such an awesome community. I mean, then there's the guys who focus more on knife reviews and fire building. Just the community's awesome, and I always appreciate how we get to see those like little overlaps between each other. And beyond all of that, I'm kind of rambling, but I was just saying, like, at the end of the day, everybody here is just great people, and I know that you're going to make some really great friends, which is awesome. That's awesome. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that, Jerbs. That'll be definitely fun to see, and I know you guys will have lots of good adventures on the canoe. At least they said something nice. That's true. It could have been another four-letter word followed by the word you, as opposed to the one that was said. So that being said, yeah, I had a great chuckle on that one, especially after the last time we had those bird hunters who were kind of scared you out of your creek. So it was nice to see you there, and not getting harassed or scared away this time. But good God, they sure ripped by. They were sure ripping by. John says he loves outdoors reviews. That's awesome. Awesome to see you guys all making friends. He's catching up on the comments. Yeah, multi-mag, that's a good point. It is like the various interests are great. And I know that, like, I'm sure on my channel, there's probably certain pieces of, themes that I kind of start putting out, and I might lose some of you guys for a little bit, but that's like totally okay, right? I know that you're not all interested in, everything that I put out there, and I'm cool with that. And I follow, for me, I kind of follow a little pattern around the season. So if you've been here a while or kind of followed the channel for a while, you sort of like know what to expect. But that being said, I know that many of you may not be interested in a local campground or review, right? Or maybe you have zero interest in fishing, or maybe you don't even not interested in hunting, and that's all good. Appreciate that at the same time, but I think it's really cool even too. And I've noticed that some people kind of flow away and then they sort of come back when something else catches their interest. So I kind of like to make my channel a little bit of I guess like a variety kind of thing. It keeps me engaged, it keeps me entertained, and it kind of keeps me motivated. I think if I was only doing fishing stuff or only doing hunting stuff, it would be really, really difficult to kind of put out things, consistently. Like if I only did hunting stuff, I mean, what kind of stuff would I put out this year, this time of the year, for example? But the cool thing about the channel is that there's always something to do that's new seasonally, and then there's enough of a close tie into some of these other sorts of things like the gear reviews or the MRE reviews or food reviews or whatever, campground reviews that kind of keep me, busy, which is fun. And yeah, it's a little eclectic at times, but I love it. At the same, the camping bushcraft backwood night community is second to none. I agree. Yeah, we've definitely, I think Jerbs, you and I have seen your comments on some of the videos that I've commented on in those same communities, and there's definitely some absolutely amazing guys out there. Between all of those sorts of niches, and you're right, they're great people, and they really like everybody really looks out for each other and has each other's back, even beyond the sort of screen that I'm looking at you at. You can just see that those friendships are really, really, really long lasting, and I appreciate them, and I appreciate with you guys too. And it's been fun building those friendships with you guys. It's funny too. I've reached out to I don't think I've reached out to any of you in this room, but there's definitely been guys that I've reached out to. I haven't seen a video in a while. You're like, hey, are you okay, man? Because you never know, Jerbs, right? The camping, the bushcraft, the hunting community. You're out there doing stuff alone. You never know if someone gets hurt, right? So I found myself reaching out to guys if I haven't seen a video in a few weeks and be like, hey, man, are you okay? A little bit weird maybe on my part, but you start to wonder about people, right? Just kind of want the best for them. No, that's great, John. I agree with you. Watching and supporting outdoor MRE and camping reviews to all awesome jobs. Yeah, you guys all do a great job. Yeah, that's a good point. VB, the outdoors is irreplaceable. There's nothing like it. I agree. And I try to make a big mandate of mine. Obviously, as you guys know, um, I don't know what it is, probably 50-50, we'll say. Half the time I'm out there with the kids, right? And for me, that's really important, to be able to give them those opportunities to learn the outdoor stuff. And I know that, even for my boys, they're very, very, very different. They're different because of their age differences, but they're also just different in terms of their personalities, right? The things that I now do, um, you know, the things that I did with my older son, at the same age as my younger, are very, very different because they both have different, like, you know, attention spans and ability to stick with stuff, and interest levels, right? Um, so at any rate, again, kind of rambling, but I do like that those opportunities where we can introduce people to the outdoors. And I think that that's a cool thing that I've been able to do with my channel is, I hope, that someone might click on that fishing video and maybe stick with me enough to kind of see with what goes into, a hunting video and kind of give that a chance, right? Um, and at the end of the day, I definitely hope that I'm able to inspire somebody to just get outdoors. I remember, for my kids, either when they were a little bit littler, um, we used to do the backyard bushcraft, go hang up the tarp from a tree and sleep in the backyard, which was awesome. It was a great way for them to experience that. And the safety net of the house was, 20 feet away, right? Um, and so I certainly hope that I can inspire someone. I'm not a hardcore outdoor guy. I'm not, a crazy adrenaline junkie kind of guy. That's not me at all. I'm the safest guy that you'll ever see. Danger is not my middle name. But I want to encourage people to kind of go out and stick their toes into the outdoors, right? Even if that means just going out to the city park, and bringing along an old spin cast rods to try to go catch some fish, right? Or go for a drive somewhere, go for a little walk, I mean, close to home. There's a lot of things that, you can do pretty easy with limited gear. And so I hope that I'm able to encourage people to try those sorts of things. Um, I really appreciate that, Gerbs. I try to put a reasonable amount of effort in, so I want to make sure that the content, I should say, is, I guess of a professional-ish nature, right? That's important to me. So I try to put that foot forward, and but it is challenging, right? It's really hard to put out something every single week. I mean, Gerbs, there's times, man, where I'm lazy. I just want to sit out on the couch and not go drag my butt out of bed, but it's a good goal for me to kind of get out, put out stuff every single week, and it's a great goal that I feel pretty proud that I've been able to stick with. But thank you so much for that comment. I watch every one of your videos because it makes me feel great to watch you and your family brings back memories of dad and grandpa cherish every moment. That's so kind of you. I do cherish every moment, John, and it's so funny because I find myself often even clicking on a video from a couple years ago. Or the funny thing is somebody will, you know, jump into my channel now, right? And they're going back and watching old videos. And I've actually seen that happen a lot of times. People have been jumping in and kind of watching old videos to help me out with the watch time, right? And so I'll see a comment on a video from like 2 years ago. I'll click in the comment to answer it, and then I'll kind of click on that video and watch that. And it is absolutely just like mind blowing how quickly kids grow. Um, my little dude, I think my first video I did was an ice fishing video, him and I did. So, you're talking 3 years ago. So I guess he would have been 7 or something like that. Um, he was just so small. And this fall, he's old enough to go out deer hunting for his first time. So, you truly just blink your eyes and they go away. So, for me, John, one of the things that's also important with these videos is they're kind of like a little time capsule for me, right? There's something that I can hopefully go and watch back when I'm old, or hopefully something that my grandkids someday can watch together, right? So I am very indebted that this kind of hobby, this YouTube thing, is allowing me both to sort of share my experiences with you, but selfishly, it allows me to kind of capture them too, which is amazing, yeah, because you blink your eyes and it is gone. Yes, sir, Jerbs. Thank you, man. Yes, please remember to hit that like. I think there's 9 people in the house, so hopefully we're more than 9 likes. So yeah, give that a good smash. Thank you, John. It's smart to check in on friends you've not heard from in a while. I do the same. Yeah, like you never know, man. It makes me a little nervous, and um, I mean, it's probably just like I said, being overly weird. But yeah, sometimes you haven't seen a video from a guy for in a while, or haven't heard from a guy. I've made a lot of good connections with folks too, that we kind of foster through, the Instagram chat or whatever. And for sure, it's weird. Like if you don't see a guy in a while and you talk to him, you just definitely want to make sure that they're, okay. And okay could come from a lot of different things. I had one guy that I've been connected with for a while through Twitter. He's another guy who lives in Edmonton, does a lot of camping and hiking stuff. Doesn't have a channel or anything like that. I think his Twitter handle is maybe Tim is outside. I think is what his handle is on Twitter. But he's a really good guy here from Edmonton. Anyways, I reached out to Tim the other day, said, "Hey man, what's going on? I haven't even seen you post anything in a while. Hope you're okay." And he's just like, "Yeah, life's good, man. I'm just busy with other stuff. Hopefully, get out camping soon." So sometimes we get away from our hobby for good reason, right? Because we're just busy doing something else that we're enjoying, which is totally good. But I don't know, my head sometimes go to places of like, I need to check on this guy. But yeah, I've had a few of you guys do the same, which is awesome. Just know that someone cares for your well-being, and some of the relationships I've made in here have been the ones that will be here for a lifetime. Yeah, I agree with you, Jerbs. It's funny. It's a different way that we can connect with each other now than ever before. So I definitely agree. Well stated. Yeah, 100%. Yep, we got VB is using the hashtag, share his link out. Yeah, definitely, guys. Definitely do please check out each other's channels. And the thing with this too is I always will say, um, if you're checking out someone's channel, you got to go over to their channel, watch a video, watch a couple videos, or if the video is longer, watch a few minutes of it, leave a like, leave a comment. That's usually the way that your friendship with them will actually stick. Otherwise, what I've seen is, you'll go in and someone will connect with you. And if they don't leave a comment, that connection tends to just disappear. I always recommend to just leave a comment too to say, hey, you know what, I met you over at DC's live stream, because at least that way, even if the subscription or the friend kind of drops away, at least the other person will have a comment like to find you back again, right? Because I think if you just connect with somebody and then you don't leave a comment, you don't leave a like, and then YouTube deletes that connection, then will either of you remember to check in on the either? So just my little suggestion, like I said, at minimum, go over there and drop a little quick comment, and that should help things stick. And even if they don't stick, hopefully the other person will see the comment, come back your way, and then reconnect with you. So, it does, right? So, a little bit of a ramble. Enjoy your kids when they're young. Blink your eye, and it's college tuition time. Ah! You're right, though. And my dudes are already kind of in this position of struggling to see with what they want to do. You know, for me, I mean, and I think for many of us, I kind of came up with this notion of creating the channel through COVID, right? The truth was things kind of shut down. There wasn't much else to do. That definitely afforded myself the opportunity to kind of have the free time on weekends and things, to go chase these kinds of hobbies. And, our lives in general were slow. In combination with the fact that the boys were smaller, but there's no sports, there's no weekend birthday parties, there's no extended family get-togethers, there was nothing. So lots of time to spend outdoors. Now you fast forward 3 years ago and things have kind of normalized, which is awesome. But the kids are older. They're in football a few times a week, and then through the fall, they'll have football games on the weekend, and they have their own friends and extracurricular stuff, and we're all busy now with stuff going on, and things that we do. So I can only imagine what it'll be like then, or even in a few years when you tack on uh, more intense school, right? Or their own work, or their own friends, or their own girlfriends, or whatever. And you're right, BB. You got to cherish it now, because I think you're right. You blink and it goes quickly. 100%. That's the truth, Virginia. Yeah, 100%. So, John, I'm just going to say, I appreciate you subscribing to Nightbot, but I don't even know Nightbot has a channel. Nightbot is literally just like a robot. So it's like this little app that I've kind of have on the channel. And all Nightbot is doing is just sharing out the links by using that like programming code. So when you type in hashtag new friend, it um, Nightbot, the app, kind of knows to just spit out the link. But Nightbot's not a real person. So I don't know. I mean, good on you for subscribing. I just don't even know if Nightbot puts anything out. Maybe it does, maybe it don't. I don't know. Something for us to check out. I'm not saying you don't have to be friends with Nightbot, but I don't imagine he's going to be very um, active. So basically, I'll vouch for everybody here in this chat except for Nightbot. I can't vouch for Nightbot. I can say Nightbot does a good job sharing links. Tuneral's been busy, been getting a lot of rain in California lately. That's crazy, isn't it? Do you live in a place, Tunerals, that gets rain like regularly, or is that an abnormality there? At least you're not shoveling. Yeah, that's true. John, are you getting enough then to actually shovel? Like, is it still falling in enough volume that you actually have to shovel it away? Oh my God, tornado time. That's no good. Multi-bag. It seems early. Oh my God, CT. Hey Dan, were you on Naked and Afraid? Weird question, but seen a dude that looked like you, but was just for a second on a preview. No, sir, I was not on Naked and Afraid. I swear to you. That's hilarious, though. And I'll have to see if I can see that. That's so funny. But I don't know. I think I just have maybe one of those faces, CT, that looks like other people, because I get that kind of often. Um, which is pretty funny. But I did though once have some conversations with somebody about being on alone, so that was kind of interesting. I posted a year or two ago, um, some videos on YouTube and some stuff on the Instagram feed, and then someone had reached out to me and asked me about being on alone. And I actually had a little phone interview with them, but I guess I'm not hardcore enough for alone. Um, but that was kind of interesting because, like, when my wife and I were talking about that, I probably would have had to quit my job. I don't think that they would have allowed me to take a leave of absence for work to go on alone for 3 months, right? So I probably would have had to quit the job. So it would have been totally disruptive to the family, but we were definitely having some conversations about, like, could that be something that we could physically, like, feasibly do? But like, holy cow, what an experience. But naked and afraid, no, wasn't on it. But I hope it's a compliment, and whoever was running around there buns out. Well, I'll just kind of stop talking there, CT. But hopefully it's a compliment, bro. Jerbs is off to make some dinner. Amen, Jerbs. I appreciate you tapping in, and thank you for sharing out links. And please, everybody, go check out BC Jerbs' channel too. Jerbs is an absolutely great human and a salt of the earth kind of guy. And yeah, he's got some great content on there. Does a lot of Fat Work Fridays. But I'm enjoying Bob, his ginormous Roosevelt elk. That's literally his next door neighbor. He goes off into what he calls Fern Gully and goes and collects fatwood. So if you guys don't know what fatwood is, basically like super flammable wood, right? That's really good for making fires with like flint and steels and things like that. But anyways, Gerbs, I really appreciate you tapping in, and I hope that you and Kimmers enjoy your dinner. I think lightning ruined my computer power down. Oh no. Okay, well, good luck, Multi-Mag. I hope everything's okay, John. Links being shared. Yeah, you are welcome, John. We were in a drought for the longest time. Okay, so maybe the rain is good. Hopefully it is good, and hopefully you guys have like the systems in place to like funnel that away, right? So um, yes, sometimes the drainage isn't so great, so hopefully it's good and it's not causing you guys problems. 4 or 5 inches, John. That's too bad. That's too much. I had to ask you back if that was possible. Yeah, I don't know if I'd turn down Naked and Afraid. Probably. I don't think I'd enjoy bugs biting me all over the place. I read something like how California received like 78 trillion gallons of water during this winter's rainstorms. Jeez, that's crazy. 78 trillion gallons of water. Oh my gosh. I guess you guys are close to the ocean, so hope she just flows right in there as it goes. They say that the ocean levels were dropping. No? I don't know. Maybe they're rising. Yeah, that is crazy. I'm with Multimag. We had a legit tornado a few weeks ago. Wow. We occasionally get the odd tornado that comes through this neck of the woods, but they're very, very, very irregular. And we only usually get them in super duper hot summer days, like, maybe July or August if the temperature is like 30, 33 degrees Celsius. Like we might get some kind of, um, little funnel clouds or tornadoes, but they're not very regular. Although like way back, I think it was like in 87 or something like that. There was a really bad one that came through and like just basically went through a trailer park back in the 80s here, just outside of Edmonton. So you get the odd bad one that can be pretty devastating, but we don't see them often. So here for a few storms getting closer, perhaps. And yeah, be careful, Multi-Mag. I appreciate you tapping in though. So if you have to leave urgently, like I said, I appreciate you joining. Can't stay at home hanging with my son. I want to say how proud of you. Thank you, CT. I appreciate that, brother. I know you're out on the road all the time, so enjoy that time at home. With the wife. Hopefully, she's taking you out for dinner that doesn't come in a brown bag, my friend. And I appreciate you dropping in and saying hello. Knowing how to swim will come in handy. Truth. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I always wonder how trailer parks attract tornadoes. I don't know what that is all about, but I think that there's got to be like some kind of scientific reason for that. But you're right; they seem to be just like magnets for it. But yeah, that one back in the 80s ripped it right down, which is terrifying. I have to shut down. Peace and prayers to all. Hope all enjoy the live stream. Have a good weekend, friends. Thank you so much, John, for tapping in, and thank you also for joining the premiere there the other day of that British ration. I really appreciate that you sat through that with us, and thanks for tapping in here tonight as well. And wish you well in the storm. Have a good weekend as well. John's MRE is tapping out. It's really good to see you, John. Thank you as well for joining in tonight, my friend, and I hope that you have a good evening, a good, safe weekend. Hendrickson Family Farm, good to see you. Thank you for tapping in. Just in case anybody's news popping in, you can type into the chat hashtag new friend. So hashtag NEWFRIEND, and it will share out your link. So I encourage you guys to do that, and encourage you to go, check out each other's channels, make some new friends if there's any names in here that you haven't seen. And like I said, all good people. All from various kind of offshoots of the um, camping, outdoors, firecraft, bushcraft, fishing, um, homesteading communities. So all kind of lives in those niches, but definitely encourage you guys to check out each other and make some new friends. Thanks again, John, for tapping in. We'll see you later and chat with you somewhere in the videos. John's checking out. I grew up in central Illinois and the tornadoes always hit the trailers. Yeah, it's super duper weird. Super weird. Nice. BB's making some friends too. So that is awesome. So I've been chatting for about 45 minutes or so. I think what I'll do is, I'll open it up if anybody wants to jump on and chat. Um, I'll copy the link and paste it in here, and then I'll pin it over to the top. So if anyone wants to chat, you're welcome to jump up and kind of keep me company. I think that was the link. I'll just double check. Yeah, it is. And if you don't want to jump into the panel, you're welcome to kind of tap in. And if you want to talk a little bit about your channel, share some more information about, who you are and what do you do on your channel, you're welcome to do that. And yeah, feel free to connect if you want to. And if you don't, you just want to hang out in the chat, that's awesome too. I'm probably going to stick around for, I don't know, maybe about another hour or so, something like that. So we'll see how it goes. Sorry, someone pinged my phone. So yeah, what else can I tell you? Like I said, I think tomorrow gonna head out and probably take the dudes, my little kiddos, out to do some antler shed hunting. I think that rabbits and snowshoe hares are still in season, so we may keep our eyes open for any of those critters if we see them. But other than that, just a good excuse to get out in the bush. I'll probably go out to the chunk of land that I got my buck um, last November. There was, I think, an antlered moose out there and a few other bucks as well. So we're hopeful that something will lose its antlers and we can scoop them up, bring them home as ornaments or decorations or something like that. So we'll be doing that, I think, tomorrow. And I think the weather's supposed to be nice tomorrow. So I'm just a little nervous about how much snow is still in the bush. We've had a lot of snow in the city melt, but I have a hunch that it's probably pretty deep still in the trees. So that's always a limiting factor to go out there with the kiddos. Sometimes you get up to their knees or their waist of snow, and it's hard crawling. So I think the fields will be pretty clean. So for us to make some good time along the main, I think there's a main trail in there that's pretty wide open, and then some field edge. So around that stuff, it's probably going to be pretty good. But I think the bush could be tough going. But I don't know. That's nice too because you can still see the tracks and the trails. So I don't know, pros and cons, but we'll see how it goes. I live in Oklahoma, Tornado Alley, tornadoes always in trail houses. Isn't that crazy? Yeah, it's not a place you want to be. Um, yeah, it seems like trailer parks are just magnets for it. Maybe all the like steel or I don't know, the low profile stuff kind of draws them in. If someone from Oklahoma confirms that, that is true. Truth. Yeah, it is true. Absolutely true. Having a beer tonight from the brewery is Blind Man Brewing. I don't know if you guys can see that or not. This is a New England style pale ale. It's from Lacombe, Alberta, and I was down there, I don't know, a few weeks ago, and stopped by the brewery and picked up a couple of their 4 packs of these tall cans. And it's funny because Lacombe is also the home of Len Thompson lures. So if you fish, you've probably seen like the Five of Diamonds, which I think was a Len Thompson like original lure. So there's like a ginormous big statue um, of the Len Thompson um, spoon down in Lacombe, and and so is the brewery down there, right? So there was actually a collaboration beer, and I wish I had it. I would have shown you guys, but there's a collaboration beer from this brewery. I think it's a pilsner, and it's I think it was called Five of Diamonds Pilsner. It's in a can that's painted like with the um, yellow and red five of diamonds, which is a really cool beer too. But none of those were left in the beer fridge tonight, so we're having this New England Pale Ale. Yeah, so like I said, that's kind of the main plans. Not a lot of outdoors news, kind of from my neck of the woods. I got a message today from the Alberta government that the draw period is opened for walleye special licenses. So here in Alberta, I won't say most, many, I should say, many lakes in Alberta are catch and release, right? And many lakes are actually catch and release everything. You can't keep a thing. Um, some lakes you can keep things within certain size structures where you can keep a certain length of a fish um, or a certain length of a fish that's smaller than a certain length. But anyways, in a lot of the province, you actually have to put in for draws, which is like a lottery. And if you get drawn for the lottery, then you get to get a fishing tag, basically, right? So I got an email today saying that draw applications are open through Alberta 23rd. So basically, you can apply for walleye special harvest licenses until April 23rd. And then it says draw results are available online beginning in May. And then your awarded licenses can be purchased at the same time. For all unsuccessful applicants, undersubscribed licenses would be available May 9th, along with walleye Class C licenses on a first come, first served basis. So it's funny because the first come, first served basis, the undersubscribed is actually what I drew or what I picked up at Wabaman. So you could buy basically like not enough people applied for them. So they just open up ones that you could just buy. And I had 2 walleye tags for fish that are under 45 centimeters. And you could just go buy them and pick them up. So um, I don't know if I'll want to fish Wabaman again. There's some good fishing there, and I had a few days where we had caught some, but we were also at another lake last summer doing some fishing. It's called Pigeon Lake, and that lake has some really nice walleye too. So kind of on the fence on whether or not I'm going to apply for walleye again or just do the undersubscribed. The other cool thing is I didn't even see this before, but this is interesting. Um, it says here, starting this year, in response to stakeholder feedback and support, electronic tags, e-tags for walleye special harvest licenses are available through the mobile app. So that's pretty cool. So that you could actually get an e-tag for walleye. So currently, like what you would have to do is if you got drawn for walleye at the store, right? Or sorry, through their website, you'd get an email back saying you were drawn or whatever. You'd then go into a license issuer, pick up a little tag that almost looks like a piece of paper with a sticky back, like a tag almost that you'd put on your jacket if you're at the ski hill, like on a lift hill, a ski lift thing, right? Anyways, it looks as though they're not doing those wire and paper tags anymore, but they're moving to an e-tag for walleye. So that's kind of good. Cuts down on a little bit of waste and probably makes that process a little bit easier. So that's kind of exciting. It makes me curious if the Alberta government will also eventually do e-tags for like deer and moose and things like that, right? Because currently in Alberta we use the exact same system, those like adhesive, sticky, um, you know, wire and paper, basically ski lift style tags, even for big game animals. So that'll be interesting. And then the other bit of Alberta news here too is they're saying that the 2023 licenses are on sale now. So basically, I think it's March 31st, the fishing licenses expire. So basically, today's the last day of last year's fishing licenses, and then you'd have to buy new ones, but you can also just renew them online, which is pretty cool. Makes it pretty easy. But yeah, that's kind of all the news from that kind of stuff that I'm familiar with. John Boy Art. Yeah, I think you changed your channel. Used to be JJ. So you've changed your channel name, which is great. Good evening, DC Outdoors. Good to see you, sir. Sorry I've been busy and took a break, but you're back now. Well, it's great to see you here, JJ. I appreciate you coming in, and hopefully you enjoyed your break. It says you were busy, so hopefully you're busy with good things. But I appreciate you tapping in tonight. And nice to see you as well. Nice to see Cranking and Yanking in the house. So thank you for stopping in. James, you can actually type in hashtag new friend. So if anybody wants to share their link, if you type hashtag new friend in the comments, it should actually share out your link to everybody. So just let you guys know that that's an option too. And yeah, JJ did change his name on the channel. I think you got a new logo there too, my friend. It looks great. Well, I think JJ, you'll have to type hashtag new friend as one big word. Uh, you want to try out my beer? Is that what you're referring to? Yeah, it's a pretty good beer. I like the hazy pale ales. It's kind of got a little bit of a hoppy flavor, but it's almost kind of citrusy. So the back says juicy and hazy. That's the game with a beer like this, squeezing every possible drop of that tropical citrusy, mind-expanding wonder out of beautiful hops and sticking it into this can. That's the whole game. Hmm, interesting. Never really read the can. Okay, sweet. Looks like some folks are using the link, which is awesome. So Jumbotron's link shared out. Hashtag new friend seems to work. So I think you'll be able to click that link then. So if you do click someone's link and you go check out their channel, I just encourage you to actually go there and spend a couple minutes on their channel. Otherwise, their friendship generally won't stick, or it'll look like it did. You'll get a new friend or a bunch of new friends, and then tomorrow you'll go in and look at it, they'll all be gone. So what you want to do is when you check out a new channel, I won't be offended if you leave my live stream for a minute or two, go check out the other channel and then come back. But what you want to do is go click on a video of theirs, watch the video, leave it a like, and I encourage you to leave a comment, even if you write on there, hey, you know what? I met you over at DC Outdoors' live stream. Leaving a comment is really, really good because sometimes you can gain a friend, right? But if you gain the friend and then lose the friend, how would you ever know that that friend was there? Like you won't. So the helpful thing is even if YouTube decides to like erase that sort of new friend that joins your channel, right? The comment will help you track it down later when you respond to your comments, and so you can go back and reconnect with them if for some reason that friendship, disappeared. So that's what I'd recommend is, if you're going to go check out someone else's channel, go bump over there for a few minutes, click on a video of theirs, watch the whole video or watch a good chunk of it, leave a like, leave a comment, and then that friendship should stick. So that's just what I've learned. So like I said, not offended if you go check out their other channel and then roll back in here when you get a chance. But I would just hate for you guys to, lose those connections. Yeah, I figured it out now, Doubletron. It's the hashtag, not the beer. Saying I'm sitting here rambling and reading you all the beer. DC Outdoors only changed name because my parents are my number one subscriber. I've been called John Boy all my life, and I added art behind it. That's awesome, buddy. Well, I think your art is fantastic, and it was one of those things. I think that's kind of how I connected with you. And you did a good job of making that little DC Outdoors logo for me. So yeah, you do a really great job with your art, John, and I think you should be proud of that. And I'm happy that you're doing well, and I know that you went through some stuff with your grandparents lately, my friend, and I'm thinking of you and hope that everything's good with your parents and you. I appreciate that. See you guys later. How does Nightbot work? So how I made Nightbot work is if you go to, I think it's nightbot.tv, I think is the website. So if you search Nightbot basically into Google, you can basically make a profile there, right? So you have to create an account, but it's like totally free. What you can then do is you have to paste your channel link into there's like a and I mean there's some good tutorials online, so I won't bore you by rambling like too much. But there's a place inside your YouTube studio, right, where you can add moderators, right? Basically what you do is after you create a Nightbot account, right, you basically make Nightbot a moderator on your channel, and then anytime you are in a live stream, right? Nightbot basically pops in there and serves as a moderator. So you could make Nightbot do like what I have it done. So when you type in a word, right, it bumps out a prompt, right? And in this case, you type in the hashtag new friend, and the prompt is it will share your link, right? But you can program Nightbot with other commands too. So for example, I'm trying to see here if there's anything that you could do. Like I think if you type, um, let's see, there's a bunch of them that are like here. I just don't know if it'll work or not. Let's see. I'll do this for example. Not giving away a prize, but it's supposed to do a random number picker some way, but maybe it's not doing that. But you can, I don't know, the gist of it. Oh, there it goes. See? So John Boy Art. So it says here the winner is John Boy Art. I don't know if you guys can all see that, but basically, like you can program it to do like a random picker inside your live stream. You can do it so that way it'll block certain words or even emojis. Like the first time Doubletron that I used it, anytime if you put emoji like the thumbs up, Nightbot was blocking that, so it blocks like emojis. But I have it set up so that way right now the emojis work, and you can also change it so that way like what is it? What I mean, it blocks spammers. Like so, if you kind of post too often, it'll block you. I've slowed down all those kinds of things because it was fairly like annoying, right? But I like it for the link sharing thing, right? Because otherwise, I'd have to go click everybody's channel, paste in a link, and it's back and forth, and I get really like distracted, I guess, you know. So this works a little bit easier that it just does it automatically. Hey, 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 it's Doorward Outdoor Adventures. Good to see you, Jeff. Thank you for tapping in. Sorry, John Boy. That was a false alarm, man. I wasn't giving away anything. I was just testing a feature, but I'll pin your comment up here so you win extra special promotion. So everybody should go check out John Boy Art's channel. Go bump over to his channel. You'll see a lot of cool art on there. But John was doing some magic tricks on there too for a little bit, which I thought was pretty cool. It's basically like a variety channel. But go check out John Boy. You know, John's been a good supporter, good friend of the channel, and I think if memory serves me right, we were able to help get you to one of your subscriber milestones on our last live stream. So I appreciate that you met some new friends then, and maybe meeting some new ones tonight too, which is great. And everyone's making friends. Yeah, Doorward Outdoor Adventures, definitely a good channel that you want to check out if you get a chance. Um, Jeff from Doorward Outdoor Adventures and I have been, I would say friends for quite a while through social media. So initially, me and Jeff from Doorward Outdoor Adventures, I think we connected through Twitter, and we were, comment on each other's stuff and back and forth. And I would say that, I don't know, probably within about the last year and a half, I think our friendship has gotten a lot closer. And I really admire, so uh, Jeff from Doorward Outdoor Adventure, we literally found out that Jeff lives like 5 minutes away from me. Like he's in Edmonton. It's crazy, super small world. But yeah, we ended up, meeting up a few times. And I was just going to say, Jeff's one of those great guys too that I really admire and appreciate, because even like when I was out hunting, I was talking earlier about checking in, right? And how, I've checked in on people. I really appreciate, and for, genuinely super grateful that Jeff has always checked in. Like when I'm out there camping for 5 days out in the boonies, or, out there in the blind all day, Jeff's just one of those guys who are just genuinely checking in, making sure, I'm okay being out there. Um, that makes a big difference to me. And like I said, I'm super appreciative of that. And I think that Jeff and I have been able to support each other during some of those doldrums of hunting season, where you feel like, just hanging up the bow or putting the gun away. I think, Jeff's done a good job of keeping me on track, and hopefully I've done the same for Jeff. So just have a lot of gratitude for you, brother, and appreciate you dropping in. And yeah, if Jeff, if you type in hashtag new friend, all is one word, NEWFRIEND, it will share out your link automatically. Like the Nightbot guy will do a little digital robot here. That's my digital robot moderator friend, who I should change his name. I wonder if I can change Nightbot's name. Anyways, if you type in hashtag new friend, it'll just like share out your link automatically. I'll see if I can help them out. Will I beat Jeff to it, or has he posted the link by the time they get back in? Nope, I beat him to it. There. I think that should work, Dens, if you want to go check out Jeff's channel. So if you click that, it should link you over to his page. Yeah, Jeff does a lot of hunting, so bow hunting and rifle hunting here in Alberta. Lots of trail camera stuff. So he's got some trail cameras that run year long. So he's developed some pretty intimate relationships with a lot of the deer out here around the Edmonton bow zone, but also around the Edmonton area. Jeff does some fishing stuff as well. So he's been doing some ice fishing. And, Jeff and I actually been able to get out and do some ice fishing back in, I think it was just before Christmas, where we had a pretty epic day catching some walleye. And yeah, just a great outdoorsman, good guy, good ethics, and genuinely think you'll like his channel. So give that a spin. I gotta go work on the car. I'll catch you later. Rolling the place. No, it's not much for me. Thank you so much, Ryan. I appreciate that, brother. Yeah, we're starting to see some. I saw that you left some comments on some old videos today, my friend. So I'm sorry I didn't get to respond back to those, but I sure will. But yeah, I'm starting to make some good progress on those watch hours. So thank you. Um, According to YouTube Studio, it tells me that I am at 2,915 out of the 4,000 watch hour goal. So I'm just over 2,900 of 4,000. So 3/4 of the way there, basically. So, by that standard, let's say 1,000 hours left divided by 24 hours. So if only 41 people ran the entire playlist for 24 hours, I'd be at goal tomorrow. But that's, like you said, many hands do make short work of that, because if you think about it, you know, 41 people run the playlist for 24 hours on there. But if 20 people ran it for 2 days, I'd be there, and so on and so forth. So, yeah, Ryan, you clicking the list and letting it run even for a day um, definitely makes a big difference, right? Like, it's a step in that right direction. Um, so it's huge, man. It's huge. So I genuinely appreciate it. No, I love responding. It's fun to go back to those old ones too. And like I was saying earlier, I don't know if you're here or not. I like to actually go back to those old ones too, because I forget with what we did. And it's funny, especially in the ones where we're out, doing stuff with the kids, you get to see how small that they were, a year or two ago, and um, definitely takes you down memory lane. It's the watch hours are a tough one, man. Um, they're really tough. It seems like it's been an uphill battle for a while, but um, honestly, I'll pay back the favor 100 times over, my friend. So when you need a hand, you just say the word. And I've been trying to help out a channel called Loki Trapping. I think it's Loki Trapping and Outdoor Adventures. I'm sorry, I'm terrible with some of the names that are a little bit longer, but I've been helping with them lately too because I think that they're about 1,000 hours away too. So I've been leaning in and kind of letting theirs stream. And I was helping LB from Woman Outdoors, running hers pretty much nonstop to help get her there. I also helped out Gypsy and the Vanilla Grilla and Two Brothers Outdoors. So all those channels were close, and I just would like click their playlist and let it run all night long, let it run all day when I was at work. And in the middle, when I get opportunity, I kind of watch a little bit more actively and leave some comments and things like that. But, just letting the list run made a big difference to them. So I guess all I'm saying is I'm definitely a guy who will pay back the favors when, you need a hand. So I appreciate you helping. You're super welcome, buddy. I'm glad that you were able to get to your 1K goal. It's so awesome. Yeah, we're getting there. It's always disappointing, just like the friends though. Like when you gain and then you look the next day and you loses it, it's just like so crazy. So it kind of drives you a little mad. But yeah, we're getting there bit by bit. Thank you for your help. Same thing goes for you, VB. When you need a hand pushing, you just say the word, my man, and you got my support. I've been running it when I can. Thanks. I was wondering what number you at. Yeah, Dens, that's kind of where I'm sitting. So, like I said, about 1,000, 1,100 away. But I think I've gained a few hundred hours this month. So I can definitely tell when you guys are at it because I certainly do see those lifts and those lofts. And even you guys hanging out here today really helps me a lot too. So, yeah, it means a lot. And I've tried to organize the playlist too, Dens, into like categories. So even if you're more actively watching and you want to kind of watch fishing stuff or hunting stuff or camping stuff, like I've tried to organize those into like mini playlists that are a little bit more manageable, or you can click and run that all videos playlist and then that guy will just have everything in it. So that's a good one to click and run, like if you're not actively around, right? No, thanks so much, buddy. I appreciate the support and hope you have a good night as well. Good luck with whatever you're working on with your vehicle. And yeah, Jumbotron, thank you so much for tapping in. And everybody, yeah, if you haven't checked out Jumbotron's channel, definitely do yourself a favor and go check it out. Um, I've I've known Jumbotron channel to be primarily like fishing based, right? So, excuse me, what you're going to see on there is a lot of fishing stuff, spin cast stuff, fly fishing stuff. I think you're in Colorado, I want to say, but I hope I'm not wrong. But I think you're in Colorado. The other thing that I thought was pretty interesting is you're making some maple syrup, which was pretty awesome too. So that was pretty interesting to see. I wanted to try that for a while, but never had the chance to. So yeah, that's kind of like what you'll find on Jumbotron's channel. But you produce some really, really great videos. I love what you do with your transitions and the music you put in there. You do a great job putting together some really quality stuff. So yeah, everyone go check out Jumbotron's channel if you get a chance. Hey, SoFlo Outdoors, nice to see you. What's up with you, my friend? Hopefully you are doing well. I appreciate you tapping in. Got a few people in the house right now, so if you did just swing in, please leave the video a like, and I encourage you to type in that hashtag new friend, NEWFRIEND, all is one big word, and that'll share out your link to everybody so that way they can track you down. And like I said, everybody I've seen in here so far are good people. So I really appreciate it. I'd vouch for any of you. So, if you're looking for some connections that you haven't met before, definitely scroll through the chat or, go check out some channels. It has been a while, my friend. Yeah, it has been a while, but I appreciate you jumping in. Hopefully you're doing well. Hopefully everything's going out good out your way. I've been doing a lot of ice fishing stuff over the last few months in my neck of the woods, but the fishing season pretty much ends today in most lakes, and it stops from now until May 15th. So most of the lakes are closed um, for the next few weeks, anyways, until May 15th. But trout ponds are still open, like so stocked trout ponds. So I don't know if I'll go out ice fishing anymore for them. I think I'm pretty content to put a lot of effort in. So I'll probably take a little break of that and get out and do some antler shed hunting, I think is my plan for tomorrow. Try it all together like as one word with the hashtag in front of it. So basically, like you'll type in that little hashtag key, right? And then NEWFRIEND, all as one word. And then that should share you out. And I think it'll just bump you right out that way. And I think it does it too as a actual clickable link, which you can then like click to, you know, visit the channel directly. Yeah, but so far I haven't seen you in a long time, man. What have you been up to? I think the last time I saw you, were you duck hunting? It's been a bit. Yeah, you guys had some good duck hunting trips. Memory serves me right. It's one thing that I've gotten into is hunting. I hunt, excuse me, the grouse, so a lot of ruffed grouse. But I've never gone after ducks or geese. Always just a little worried that I'd shoot the thing and then it'd go land in the middle of a pond somewhere and I'd have a real big problem trying to get it back. But I mean, my two freeloading dogs could maybe go to work and go swim out there and get them or something. I don't know. But yeah, I definitely would love to get out there and try that. Work, work, and more work. That's no good, buddy. That's no good. Well, I guess it's better busy than bored, right? I guess no one should say it's no good. Busy at work means you got work, right? So that's I guess a good thing. But you got to have a little time for yourself too. So hopefully you're finding a way to make some, even if you're not getting out making videos. Hopefully you're making some time for yourself. Friends meeting friends, which is awesome. And like I said before too, if anyone's going to check out anybody's channel, just make sure when you go over to there, you click on one of their videos, you watch the video a little bit, leave a like on their video, and I really, really, really encourage you to leave a comment. So even if you have to leave my channel for a few minutes to check out someone else's channel to become friends with them, that's like totally good. Give it some time. Otherwise, what will happen is the friendships just don't stick. They disappear, right? It'll look like you gained one, but then that one will disappear more. So the other thing I recommend is if you are going to someone's channel for the first time, leave them a comment. You know, tell them, hey, I met you over at Dan's live stream. And the cool thing about that is then even if YouTube for some reason like deletes your what you call it, like deletes the friendship, right? At least you'll have the comment, so you can go back and find them that way through the comments if the friendship didn't stick, right? So am I in West Canada? Yeah, I am. I am in Alberta. So I'm in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. I don't know how familiar you are with that, but basically, like, we are on the east side of the Rocky Mountains, is kind of where we're located. So I'm like directly north of Montana, basically. Um, I think technically we're the most northern city, like the most northern major city in Canada, which is kind of an interesting little stat, just where we are. Yeah, most of our snow has melted. It's been gradually warming up, so kind of daytime temperatures are just over freezing. So we're not getting crazy melts all at once. Just the little gradual melts, right, which kind of keep things, from creating too much muck and mess. But my front yard is south facing; it has no snow on it, and the backyard is north facing, so that guy is about like half covered in snow. But least we're starting to get a little bit of melt. It's a long winter. I think the first major dumps of snow I had was back in November, I think. So um, it's definitely been getting crazy. Sorry, I gotta grab this. Sorry, guys. My phone never stops ringing, so I got a work call that I had to answer. So I'm super sorry, guys, that I had to take that. So I hope I didn't lose too many, folks. But yeah, I'm sorry about that. Had to go quickly, and we're back now. Eagle Lake. Where is Eagle Lake? I should know where that is off the top of my head. I think I looked at that before, and there's some awesome cabins there, I think. Um, like, maps. Sorry, I'm just Googling where it is. Okay, so it's in the south. I see. So it's east of Calgary. You know what? I think angling spiders fishes there quite a lot. That's interesting that your friend is over there. Of course, man. No, the community, it's the least I can do, right? At the end of the day, love helping other people. You all have helped me, and I love to support back as absolute much as I possibly can. Be it through hitting that subscribe button, helping you watch videos, leave comments. Like I try to get involved in all of that sort of stuff, and definitely with the watch hour marathons, like I was mentioning earlier, Jeff, I've jumped in and tried to help people, get their hours as much as I can, and I've let channels run for like days straight to kind of help push them across the finish line. So it's good to help people out, and like I said, that's been paid back to me tenfold. Okay, so Flo, we'll check in with you later, brother. Thank you, and sorry I had to scram there for a second. Yeah, Jeff, sorry I just muted the camera and the call um, while I was there, so that was just on me. So sorry, Denz, as well. Hope I didn't lose you. And it wasn't a hold. It's just there's some right? So I was quiet right there. I hit the mute button, and then you can also turn off the camera too, like that. So just some little features at the bottom of the controls. But yeah, I'm sorry that I had to scooch out of there for a second. Yeah, if anyone wants to, jump in and share your link or anything like that, definitely you sure can. So again, that's with the hashtag new friend. And I did pin at the top of this, and I'll see if I can copy it again and share it. But I did pin the link where you can actually join on the panel. So if any of you want to jump in and jump in and then kind of chat with me, you can definitely do that, and I'll reshare that link in just a second or so as well. So if you want to jump on, you sure can. And yeah, if you just like just chatting in the live chat and watching, that's cool too. But that's the link if anybody wants to join. I'll probably stick around and chat for maybe about another half an hour or so. Um, Mentioned a little earlier that I'll probably head out and do some shed hunting tomorrow with the kids. So that means that I'll probably get my stuff together. As it stands right now, I haven't really looked at a hunting pack for months. So I sure hope I don't find any old snacks or food in there. I don't think so. But yeah, we're planning on going out tomorrow doing some shed hunting maybe. And snowshoe hare and rabbits are still for the taking. So might bring the shotgun out too and see if we can find a rabbit somewhere along the way. Haven't been out looking for sheds yet this year, so I'm excited, and hopefully it's not a crazy amount of snow. It's always hard times when you're out with the kids, and yeah, it's a little bit difficult if there's a lot of snow. So optimistic and hopeful that it's not too bad out there. Here's hoping, anyway. Oh, I got somebody joining me. If you want to give me the thumbs up, I'll click and let you in. Oh, hey, buddy.
Hey, Dan, how are you?
I'm good, Jeff. How are you?
I'm not bad. I'm on my way out for supper, but you know what? I finally
Aw,
found an opportunity to jump on your live stream, so I thought I'd explore it all.
I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that. Sorry, the dogs are barking, causing a ruckus. Of course they do. The second someone's chatting. But how's your week been, my friend?
The week has been a busy one at work. It's been busy, but on the outdoor world, I finally got my video posted for my elk knives that you put me in touch with Jason, who did a fantastic job. So thank you for putting me in touch with him. I'm super pumped with those knives.
100%. Yeah, I saw your video the other day. They absolutely turned out super great. So I guess if for anybody that hasn't seen, yeah, Jeff, you got an L class fall. Maybe you want to talk a bit about that for a minute or so.
Yeah, so in my elk season for last September 2022, I was a week of a grind in the bush and was successful. And I thought I'd do something different with that elk rather than put it up on the wall. It was a little wonky looking and whatnot. But as you know, Dan, you were one of the recipients, someone that means a lot to me. Cut off the tines and gifted those. And once it was all said and done, I still had a lot of antler and main beam left. So I decided to make one of those permanent mementos and get a couple knives done. And
Nice.
my plan was to have one on my hip and actually use it, and the other
Mhm.
one on display. But man, they're so nice. I don't want to use either one of them.
Yeah, I kind of had a hunch that that might happen when as soon as I saw them. They're hard to take out in the field, right? But
Yeah,
maybe it's a good luck charm if you find a few ounces of the pack to at least carry it with you. That could be something as well, right?
yeah, and man, the quality of them—they're sharp, durable, thick. Like wow, they are
Hmm.
they are something else.
That's awesome, man. No, I think that that's such a cool way, and I think that's a good way for other guys to consider saving their antler too, right? Because a lot of times at a certain point, you got enough antlers on the wall. It's like, what do you start to do with this stuff, right? So, finding a way that's like functional, kind of functional art, it's just such a cool way to kind of keep that souvenir alive, right?
Yeah, definitely, definitely.
That's awesome, man. Yeah. So, yeah, are you getting out and doing anything outdoors this weekend?
Um, well, I had my bow all tuned up, and I did a couple changes to it. Changed a few things. So I want to get out and shoot that now that it's warmer and I can get out in rubber boots and and shoot some targets. But I also want to go check my trail cameras and take the dog for a quick shed hunt. So we'll see
Nice.
what I get up to tomorrow. I'll do one of them. I'm not sure if I can get to both of them.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Sounds good, man. Yeah, I think I'm gonna take the kids up maybe tomorrow too, and I think the weather's supposed to cooperate. I just wonder if it's gonna be like waist deep for those little dudes in the snow, or kind of what we're dealing with. That's the kicker, right?
Yeah, I'm sure there's still going to be quite a few spots in the bush where there's knee high snow, and then you'll get those spots where it's soft, soupy mud already. So a little combination of both.
Should be good. Should be good trekking. I'll bring the waterproof boots, right?
Yeah, for sure, for
That's
sure.
awesome, man. Well, I appreciate that you're able to drop in, but maybe I'll let you get back to your drive and your dinner.
You
But
betcha.
I'm glad you tapped in, and maybe next time around we can schedule one of these things. I'm so freaking bad at that, but I think that would be way better to do.
Yeah, for sure, man. Thanks for running the live stream, buddy. Glad I could help
Abs-
on.
Absolutely, man. I'm happy you dropped on too, and enjoy your dinner, man.
All right, see you later.
Okay, later, buddy. Bye. Awesome. Thanks, Jeff, for dropping in. I appreciate you tapping in. Yeah, I will share Jeff's channel link out for you guys. And like I mentioned, Jeff's one of those guys that, him and I became friends through social media. And at some point, I think we realized that, we literally live like 10 minutes away from each other, which is crazy. It's such a small world. But yeah, Jeff and I have been connected for a number of years. I think initially through Twitter, and have become good friends here since. We've got an opportunity to meet up a couple times and went out ice fishing together. And yeah, I was saying earlier, Jeff's just one of those awesome dudes who, even when I'm out on trips, he's like checking in with me, texting me, making sure I'm okay, offering to help me drag out a deer. Like just an absolutely awesome dude, and someone I'm really grateful to call my friend. And yeah, Jeff has a bunch of awesome content on his Twitter, on his Instagram, and also he's got a YouTube channel. And on his channel, you're going to find hunting videos, you're going to find fishing videos. Jeff does tons of trail camera stuff, where he keeps his cameras out pretty much year round for multiple years. So he's got some really great relationships with the deer on those properties where he has his cameras. And yeah, you're going to find lots of cool stuff like that on Jeff's channel. And ethically, I think him and I are pretty much on the same page, which is really important to me. I know he's very conservation oriented and pretty conscious about the image that we give off as hunters and outdoors people. So just genuinely appreciate Jeff's friendship, and yeah, I don't think he'll do any harm and you won't do any wrong by going to check out Jeff's channel. And yeah, if you like what you see, make sure that you drop a like, hit the subscribe button, and leave a comment on his videos too, just in case, so that way that friendship sticks. So I don't know if Jeff, if you're still listening or not, my man, but I genuinely appreciate you tapping in, and we'll have to chat again in a longer format when we get a chance when you're not driving. What else can I tell you guys? Like I said off the top, fishing season's pretty much done. I probably will cobble together a review of that ice auger that I purchased. I've been really, really happy with the ice auger. Been running that thing since February or so, and super happy with how it's produced. And it's a piece of equipment, a piece of gear that I bought for myself, so it's not like it was given to me. Paid full price for the thing, but love it. It saved me, a lot of work and a lot of effort ice fishing here. So I will probably put together a video of that at some point. I might even update and do a year with the gear. I kind of steal a little bit of a line, but um, um, a channel called Eat Carbs Outdoors. He kind of does this thing where it's called a year with the gear, and he kind of like updates how the gear is doing after a year of use. So I might do something similar with my hot tent that I purchased last year. Been using it quite a bit, and would love to kind of connect back with you guys on how that piece of equipment is working out for me. So I might do something like that as well. But genuinely, over the next couple of weeks, you're probably going to see me out doing some antler shed hunting. Probably a few MRE reviews here and there. I am going to do another camping trip, probably like a backpack tarp camp, um, maybe a hot tent camp. We'll see. And I think that's the main stuff that's on slate for me. But my dog is whining, so I better let him out here for a second. So I will be right back in a second. So sorry about that, guys. Like I said, the pups are whining and need to get outside, so I'll just let him out there for a minute. So I'm sorry to have to dodge, but we're back a little bit. So um, yay, 2-year olds, woohoo! We're back. Um, yeah, so that's kind of the plan. I mentioned a little earlier that I think we're looking at maybe doing a Montana trip in May, and then we'll probably unwinterize the trailer hopefully in the next couple of weeks as well, and get our trailer back on the road. So, summertime typically holds a lot of camping, family trips and stuff like that. So try to get out do a bunch of camping. I don't know if you guys would be interested in seeing a Montana trip. Let me know what you guys think about that. But we're thinking of going down to Whitefish for a few days, staying in a cabin, kind of cabin condo sort of thing down there, and then maybe doing a little bit of local fishing. So, that could be an idea to take you guys along with us, but we'll see. It would be a little different of a format for sure, a little less outdoorsy based, more vacation based, but thinking about maybe doing something like that in May as well. But yeah, generally, April we'll do some shed hunting, some small game hunting for rabbits and snowshoe hare, and then, probably a camping trip, and then heavy duty camping in the summer. Um, the other thing I was thinking was, and I mentioned last time, I was thinking of maybe doing a stealth, like a stealth camp. I've seen some YouTubers do stealth camping trips, and um, genuinely kind of thinking about maybe doing something like that. A little different, but could be an idea as well. So we'll see about that too. But that's kind of the gist of what we have going on. Pretty happy with my ice fishing season though. We did a lot of ice fishing. I don't know how many trips we got in the books, but it was fun to do two overnighters, which I was really proud that I was able to achieve, and spent quite a lot of time out on the lake. I'm probably one of the few Edmontonians to have like a sunburn from standing on the lake. It's crazy that white snow does such an amazing job at reflecting back up in your face and will literally give you a sunburn, even in the cold weather. But yeah, I did a lot of ice fishing, which has been a blast. But I am excited for spring. I am excited to have some snow thaw, and I am excited to get out camping and do some other stuff like that. So winter's been good, but at times it's been a little long. So I will be happy to have some spring-like weather. I love it, VB. I know that the ice fishing stuff it really is a lot of fun. I don't think I've ever ice fished as much either this winter as I have before. So we definitely got out a lot more this year than I have in the past, but it is a lot of fun, um, especially for us. Like I don't have a boat, so whenever I do my summer fishing, I'm fishing from shores or like public beaches or docks, kind of in public areas. So a lot of the lake shore in Alberta is all privately owned, right? So, your places to fish are just really off of the public beaches, which can be tough to get a spot. If you're not out there, at first light, you might not even get a spot. And then you're just casting offshore. So, excuse me, I like ice fishing because, I can load up my stuff on the sled, tow it wherever I want on the lake, and fish. So it gives me opportunity to explore parts of the lake that I just totally don't get to explore just fishing off of shore. And it's super fun if you can, because you can see down the hole, right? So if the water's clear enough and you're shallow enough, you can totally see down the hole. So even sometimes in 12, maybe 15 feet of water, probably 10, 12, right? You can see clearly to the bottom. So when your hook's down there hanging and your bait's down there, you can literally see the fish swimming by and taking the hook. So that's a really cool experience. And then the overnight camping on a lake is something else. So I did that once last year and twice this year. So I'm not a veteran at it. I'm learning as I go, but it's definitely a fun experience to have those hooks in the water all night long. It's super nice to wake up in the morning and see that sun rising right over the lake. It's totally beautiful. And it's super eerie too, because at night, when you're out there sleeping, a lot of times when it gets colder at night, right, the ice will freeze more and the ice grows, right? So what you tend to see is at nighttime, the ice will grow, and as it gets colder, which causes the ice to crack and heave and kind of grunt and moan, and it's super eerie when you're laying, in your cot and listening to that ice cracking around you. It's definitely a little bit unsettling, but as long as you tell yourself that, it's just cracking because the ice is growing, it's usually not, too unsettling. But yeah, it can be mentally definitely different, right? But yeah, tons of fun, definitely tons of fun. And like I love doing it, and the ice fishing season is pretty short lived. And I'll tell you, having that electric auger to drill the holes is so much better than hand cranking. I mean, we're over 3 feet of ice, so yeah, that makes it kind of gross. Makes it so gross. No, I did not see the last ice fishing video with Starlink and Xbox, but holy cow, that's doing it right. That's definitely doing it right. We brought when me and my kid were out last time, we were just streaming wrestling off my phone. But I imagine having a satellite and Xbox would be pretty rad to pass the time. I don't know if you know about them, but here anyways, there are a few spots where you can actually like rent these basically cabins, right? These little shacks on the lakes, like little wooden shacks, and most of them have a wood burning fireplace and bunks in it. Many of them though have TVs and video game consoles, and some of them have like generator hooked up to it. So it's literally like a little cabin on the lake, and you can rent them and fish. But to be honest with you, the cost of those things is typically like more than a really nice hotel room would be. Like I'm talking $300-400 a night, like to rent these things, um, during a weekend night, right, during the ice fishing season. But that would definitely make it super comfortable, and it's probably something I could even bring my wife along for. But it's been fun, doing that same kind of thing, just out with the tent, right, and little Mr. Buddy heater, and excuse me, it's definitely less comfortable. It's a lot more work, and it's a little rougher around the edges, right? But it's fun just the same, right? And I don't know, definitely my style so far has been to do things on my own, foot power, and to do things, maybe not the easiest way, right? And so I genuinely enjoy that kind of style. But man, I definitely, there's a place in my heart for the Xbox and the Starlink and something a little cozy as well, right? So I'll have to check out that video. I haven't seen it yet. But yeah, the ice fishing season's been fun. Have had a lot of good times out on the hard water. I wish we had a little bit more success at times, right? It's been, sometimes it's been pretty slow. Um, but all things considered, it was, fairly fun. You know what? I don't even think I subscribed to Mav's channel. I just clicked it. I think you're talking probably luxury ice camping. So I definitely didn't see that. I don't even think I'm familiar. Maverick, aka Mav. I'm not even sure I'm familiar with this person. But I mean, they definitely got a lot of subscribers, 2.32 million. Holy man, they're not a little fish. But I'll have to check it out. To be honest, I haven't really been following a lot of big YouTube channels, right? Because I try to connect and follow and watch a lot of little guys like us, right? So I find that by the time I spend the time watching, the community's channels and the community's videos, I don't have a lot of time left. But I'll have to check out that one. I'll take your recommendation on it and have to go check it out. I used to watch, a lot of Joe Robinette. I used to watch Corporal's Corner. I used to watch Camping with Steve. Some of those kind of guys, but I haven't even watched them in a while. Just not enough time. Oh, I think the dogs are barking again. I'll go let them in, and then I'll be right back, guys. Sorry, my friends. Doggos needed to be let in. They're barking at the door. Yeah, I don't know what else do you guys got going on. What are your plans for the weekend? I don't know who's still in the house. If Spicy Tuna Rolls, Virginia Bushcrafter, Dan's Outdoors, if you guys are still around. What do you guys got planned this weekend? I think I'm going to, like I said, I'm going to head out shed hunting tomorrow. I've been working on cleaning as well my couple of deer antlers, cleaning the one that I found last year when we were pheasant hunting, and then cleaning up the one that I harvested last fall. So I've been working on cleaning up some of that stuff. But yeah, just kind of a weird season right now, right? Between, tidying stuff up and cleaning things up, and then, kind of getting into the camping season here shortly. So I'm excited to get out tomorrow and do some shed hunting, and hopefully we find some antlers. And, if not, we'll keep our eyes peeled for rabbits or snowshoe hare. But it'll be good to get out in the woods and take the boys around, trudge along in the snow, and, see if we can find anything. But I'm thinking here for tonight, I'll probably, get some gear together and, you know, check the backpack and make sure it has with what I need in it, since I haven't really looked in my gear bag, since last hunting season ended. But yeah, I think that's kind of my plan for tonight is I'll do that, and then we'll head out tomorrow. Um, but yeah, I'll probably wrap this one up here now. But I appreciate you guys for watching. If you're kind of tuning in now, or if you're watching this as a replay, I do encourage you to go back, check out some of the links in the channel, or some of the links that I have pinned, in the bottom of the screen. So definitely do yourself a favor and go check out some of those channels. Everyone who dropped in tonight are great people, good supporters, and really good friends. You'll definitely do great by connecting with these guys and gals, and I encourage you to make some new friends for sure. Um, and super grateful for all the support that you guys have shown me. Appreciate you guys spending time here tonight with the live stream, or watching the channel, streaming some of those videos, like I know you have, and help me out with the watch hours. I mean, it all means a lot, guys. So I can't do this without you, and I appreciate your friendship and your support. And I know that each of you know that you guys can count on me. So always there for your guys' channel. But if you need an extra hand with something, or pushing for the watch hours, or pushing for subscribers or something, just let me know how I can help. And yeah, you have my support just the same. Um, but yeah, I'll probably wrap this one up here. Thanks again for spending some time with me though tonight. And if by some stretch you stumbled upon this live stream and my channel for the first time ever, or if for some reason you're watching and you haven't yet done so, please do hit the like, subscribe, and bell notification buttons, so that way you don't miss anything. And I guess until next time, we'll see you outdoors. Thank you all so much for watching, and really appreciate it. And have a good weekend. Be safe, and we'll see you again soon, my friends. Take it easy. Bye.